It's Friday, and this could be the craziest Friday we've seen in a very long time in Chicago, Illinois. WWE SmackDown emulating live from Chicago for the first time since before WrestleMania 41 when CM Punk asked for his favor from Paul Heyman, making the wise man join him and walk him down to the ring at WrestleMania 41 for his first ever WrestleMania main event. That night, Paul Heyman went from being the wise man to the best friend to back to the wise man when he screwed over CM Punk, to the Oracle when he screwed over Roman Reigns to help Seth Rollins win in the main event of Night 1 of WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas. SmackDown tonight, though, almost give or take 5 months later, has the opportunity, in my opinion, to be the craziest WWE Friday Night SmackDown of all time. If we are getting what we are hoping that we are getting, if the fans get what they want, this could be the greatest SmackDown we've seen in a very long time. To go back to the last two SmackDowns in Chicago, like I said, CM Punk telling the world that Paul Heyman was going to be in his corner. That was the favor. That was like a 5-month build-up to see what CM Punk's favor was going to be from Paul Heyman. Before that, we saw the debut of Jacob Fatu when CM Punk was on SmackDown and Drew McIntyre kicked the snot out of CM Punk. We have seen big shows in Chicago. When WWE is in Chicago, you know it's going to be a big show. Things happen in Chicago, Illinois, at the Rosemont, at the Allstate Arena in Chicago, Illinois. Just ask John Cena. John Cena is going to be making an appearance, his final appearance ever as an active performer in Chicago, Illinois. John Cena versus CM Punk at Money in the Bank. John Cena versus Triple H at WrestleMania. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules in 2012. All happening in Chicago, Illinois. CM Punk is going to be there after kind of hinting to Adam Pearce that he is going to be at SmackDown in Chicago. He's a Raw superstar, but it's his hometown, and he might be bringing someone else along the way that would change the entire landscape of the WWE. I mean, CM Punk returning to the WWE for the first time in 10 years, 2 years ago, was a huge deal. The potential return of his wife tonight on SmackDown in Chicago for the first time in 10 years. AJ Lee has not been an active performer, has not appeared on WWE TV since 2015, 1 year following CM Punk's departure from the company. A guy named Brock Lesnar has not appeared since SummerSlam after returning for the first time in 2 years. He could potentially show up in Chicago, Illinois to deliver an F5 or 2 to John Cena. It's shaping up to be a one hell of a SmackDown. Cody Rhodes could be there to set up his match with Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship, whether that be at WrestlePalooza or if they want to kick that can down the road to Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia in October. WWE has 3 weeks to build WrestlePalooza, which they are shaping up to be a big event considering it's their first ever event on ESPN after striking that deal. They are no longer with Peacock. Peacock got their last ever premium live event for the WWE at Clash in Paris on Sunday, and what a hell of an event it was at Clash in Paris in that arena. They called it an arena. That was a stadium filled with 40,000 people that saw a 5-star classic between John Cena and Logan Paul. They saw a fantastic fatal 4-way between Seth Rollins, CM Punk, LA Knight, and Jey Uso. Becky Lynch saving the match for her husband, kicking CM Punk straight in the balls. That further along to the whole CM Punk Seth Rollins saga that won't ever seem to end. And that could potentially set up now. We saw it on Monday Night Raw. Becky Lynch get physical with Punk, slapping him across the face, not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, not 6 times. She was pushing. She was rubbing her head in his chest. That was kind of weird. But Becky Lynch made it personal. CM Punk says, "You're going to regret ever putting your hands on me." That got a big pop. CM Punk then was caught backstage with Adam Pearce saying, "Where's SmackDown on Friday?" Adam Pearce confirming that it is in Chicago, Illinois, home sweet home for CM Punk. And all he said was tremendous. So are we getting the return of AJ Lee, or are they swerving us? Because if we're not getting the return of AJ Lee tonight, whoever they put in that position, it could be Rhea Ripley, it could be Natalya Neidhart, it could be Nikki Bella of all people. Whoever they put in that position is setting them up for failure, because they've teased it long enough. CM Punk even posted on his Instagram story today saying, "You asked for it," with a devil emoji. It's got to be. I mean, Seth Rollins in the ring before Becky Lynch even revealed herself as the attacker joining the Vision, said, "I hate you and I hate your family." Now that makes more sense. I hate your family. Who's CM Punk's family? AJ Lee. AJ Lee is CM Punk's wife, so he hates AJ Lee. He hates CM Punk. Becky Lynch helps screw over CM Punk, allowing Seth Rollins to pick up the win with the curb stomp onto the steel chair after she kicked him in the balls. And then on Raw saying that, and arguably what I thought was Becky Lynch is one of her best promos of her in-ring career, saying that Seth Rollins doesn't just hate you, but I hate you because they were chanting your name during my matches as well, letting me know that I wasn't good enough for them in that period of 2017 through 2023 where CM Punk was not around. CM Punk has the opportunity to blow off the roof of the Allstate Arena even more so than he did in 2023 when he returned himself, when Light It Up hits and AJ Lee comes down to the ring and we get a CM Punk, AJ Lee, Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins face off in the middle of the ring on SmackDown in Chicago. Now, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are not advertised for SmackDown, but I mean, I think it's safe to say if CM Punk's showing up, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch might be there. They might be there, even though they're all Raw superstars. It would make the moment that much better unless CM Punk is just there to tease the return of AJ Lee. I mean, if it's in Chicago, AJ Lee lives in Chicago with her husband, who lives in Chicago, CM Punk. So it only makes sense for AJ Lee to return to announce that she's going to team with CM Punk to face Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch at WrestlePalooza. I mean, that's a main event right there. That's a WrestleMania main event right there that you could have at WrestlePalooza for your first ever event on ESPN. Then, on the other hand, in your other main event, this might actually main event the show as opposed to CM Punk and AJ Lee's big return, is Brock Lesnar possibly being on SmackDown tomorrow to confront John Cena. John Cena is confirmed for SmackDown. You know, CM Punk is coming to SmackDown, even though they never really officially confirmed his appearance. John Cena is officially confirmed. It's his final ever appearance in Chicago, Illinois. He's probably going to reminisce about those matches that I talked about. CM Punk, Triple H, Brock Lesnar. And then Brock Lesnar is going to come out. And then what are we going to get from there? Because it'll be interesting to see in 3 weeks how they build this feud. WrestlePalooza is supposed to be a big PLE. Not only it being the first ever event on ESPN, but they're going head-to-head with AEW in one of their biggest pay-per-views of the year, All Out, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Brock Lesnar has not faced John Cena in 10 years. Which is crazy because AJ Lee has not appeared in a WWE ring in 10 years. This is why it could potentially be the biggest SmackDown of 2025, if not the biggest SmackDown in a long time, coming from Chicago this Friday night. Brock Lesnar beat the crap out of John Cena in Chicago in 2012 at Extreme Rules, even though John Cena picked up the win. Brock Lesnar beat the crap out of John Cena, introducing him to Suplex City at SummerSlam in Los Angeles, California in 2014. He beat the crap out of him at the Royal Rumble in Philadelphia in 2015. And that was the last time John Cena and Brock Lesnar faced each other. It was John Cena versus Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins in a triple threat match for the WWE Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. That was before WrestleMania 31. Arguably the greatest triple threat match I think I've ever seen between guys of three generations, Cena, Lesnar, and Rollins. And then we haven't seen it. We've seen Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns headline 3 WrestleMania main events since the last time we saw John Cena and Brock Lesnar in a ring together. I remember when Brock Lesnar returned at SummerSlam in 2021 to confront Roman Reigns after the show went off the air. He F5'd John Cena, and they got that on camera. They have that on WWE social media. People around the world in Las Vegas, Nevada at Allegiant Stadium that night have it on their phones and on their cameras, but it wasn't an actual feud. This will be the first time John Cena faces Brock Lesnar in nearly 10 years. How will they book it? I hope it's a one-off because we only have 8 dates left for John Cena. After his appearance at Clash in Paris in that 5-star classic against Logan Paul, John Cena only has 8 appearances remaining. Brock Lesnar is going to be 1 or 2 of them. I'm hoping that they don't waste 3 or 4 of these dates on Brock Lesnar. And I'm assuming this is going to be a one-off match because John Cena still has to... I mean, I don't know who they want him to face in his final match. Braun Breaker's on the table. I guess Gunther's on the table. I still want to see John Cena versus AJ Styles. I still want to see John Cena versus Roman Reigns. I still want to see John Cena. I guess Braun Breaker is someone that we'd want him to face down the line. He'll probably compete in War Games in some capacity. But as we're getting towards the end, I think we've kind of wrapped up the big storylines. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes took up the first 3 or 4 months of this John Cena farewell tour, the heel turn that wasn't exactly a success, but I'm glad we saw it. And that moment alone with The Rock and Travis Scott is one of the biggest moments in the history of pro wrestling. We got to see him kind of revitalize R-Truth and the Ron Killings character. We got to see him team with Logan Paul as well as face him in Clash in Paris. We got to see one final John Cena versus Randy Orton. We got to see one final John Cena versus CM Punk. We have gotten to see a lot in this farewell tour, but as we are coming down to the wire, it is apparent that this John Cena-Brock Lesnar rivalry will probably be the last quote-unquote feud for John Cena in this farewell tour. The rest will probably be one-off matches, a one-off match in Perth at Crown Jewel, a one-off match at War Games for Survivor Series in San Diego, and then probably in Boston, Massachusetts on Saturday night's main event on December 13th. That'll be the night John Cena retires from the WWE. Who's going to get the rub? We don't know. I still want to see, because his contract is expiring in October, ladies and gentlemen, I want to see Adam Copeland, Edge, the Rated R Superstar, return for one night in a WWE ring to take on John Cena in his final match. And then you can go back to AEW and team with Christian Cage. And then you can renegotiate with Tony Khan and have that, final year in AEW before you retire. But John Cena versus Adam Copeland, that would be the greatest final match in the history of the career of John Cena and Adam Copeland. If not Adam Copeland, give us Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho is supposed to return in December or January. Presumably, he's teased it. WWE has teased it with their video vaults on YouTube over the past couple of months. Jericho's been teasing it on Instagram, liking all of WWE's content of him. It's got to happen. The Ayatollah of rock and roll of Chris Jericho versus John Cena one last time. I'll take that in his final match. I truly see him putting over a younger guy, though, whether that be a Gunther or a Braun Breaker. But whatever it is, I think John Cena's final year in the WWE, has it been perfect? No, but nothing's perfect in life. John Cena admittedly said that his first ever heel promo sucked. We didn't get different ring attire. We didn't get a different entrance. We didn't get different entrance music. I guess we got a little bit of a different entrance in the all black and white and him walking to the ring, but still same bright color t-shirts. He had a different color t-shirt for every single one. We got to see John Cena curse out a little kid, and then 6 months later we got to see him apologize to that little kid only as John Cena can, pulling himself out of his heel run. Nobody else turned John Cena face. There was no other reason other than the fact that he thought, I've been acting like a jerk. I'm a good guy again, which, to each his own. It wasn't the best face turn of all time, but it's the only way John Cena is going to turn face is by seeing the error of his own ways. But Brock Lesnar is going to kick his ass at WrestlePalooza. He's going to kick his ass in Chicago, Illinois as well. So we'll see how they book that match. If we see a last man standing match, sign me up. Brock Lesnar in a last man standing match is a great match. This is going to be John Cena's final brutal match, I think. John Cena left it all out in the ring in the street fight against Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam before he lost the WWE Championship at MetLife Stadium, before Lesnar came out and F5'd him. That could have been John Cena's last great match. The Lesnar match is going to be a bloodbath, though, so I'm interested to see that. And then, of course, let's switch it back again to the other big moment. This would probably be bigger than Brock Lesnar returning to confront John Cena at the Allstate Arena, and that is the return of AJ Lee. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, I'm sure, are going to be there. I can't really attest for Paul Heyman and the Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, but I assure you that Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins will be in the arena tonight. CM Punk will be there as well. And then I'm like 90% sure we're going to see AJ Lee return to the WWE tonight. If it's Rhea Ripley, it's going to be a good match, but the fans are going to be disappointed. There's going to be a huge backlash. This could be the biggest backlash since The Rock took Cody Rhodes' spot before WrestleMania 40 against Roman Reigns. This would be a huge backlash for the WWE if they set us up here and teased us for no good reason. But at the end of the day, they'd blame us. They always blame us. We got to watch the show. It's a good show, and we enjoy the show. Is AJ Lee returning tonight? Is Brock Lesnar returning tonight? Leave a comment down below, like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel at Jack O'Hara TV.